Hey guys, welcome to NADUIR. And so Sinead and I will be having the chat at NADUIR today, where we talk about the events, the courses, the inspirations of this place. So I hope you enjoy. We always do. So great. Welcome Sinead.
Hi.
Hi. So great. What do we have going on here in NADUIR this week?
Well, we've tons of stuff going on. We have yoga in the morning, and Grow is starting on Thursday, the 1st of April.
Yeah, it was lovely. Yesterday, I totally said no yoga today because I ended Earth on Sunday, and and it was just it was like this itchy longing in me to do yoga, and I said no, 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 take the day, take the day. And then this morning I landed onto my mat, and I had so many ideas, and I've been receiving really amazing feedback, and so I've been taking because nothing is separate. It's all connected in my yoga. You know, me going to the sea, like as I cycled back up from the sea today, I could feel the way my rib cage was moving, and I was really inspired by the connection of rib cage down into leg, and then it feels really exciting. All the different elements, a new month of yoga, and it's all connected. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm really excited about it. It's this week, you have a week off, a midterm break from the Zoom classes.
And yeah, I'm really loving it. I always find that there's something about doing something that inspires me, and then there's something about taking a break from something that really inspires me. It's like cleaning down the table or cleaning down the kitchen between two meals. I kind of clear everything
Mhm.
away, and then I let something new emerge. So yeah, so the new term or the new beginning next week, I always feel like, oh, and there's loads of new space and new things having emerged from this. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Great. And Josef's got his 14-day cold shower challenge going on, which is doing amazingly.
Yeah, yeah. There's this really lovely. I'm going to say quirky in the way that it's everybody is taking the challenge on and doing it in their own capacity. Somebody's doing 5 seconds and it's really a big thing, and somebody's doing a minute because they've been doing it for a while. But everybody's finding their way to meet the challenge and to achieve. So, achieving 5 seconds of a cold shower is amazing. And there's a great joy and vibrancy and community growing in that little
Yeah.
Facebook group. It's really, it's very sweet.
It's really great. And we have people taking part who are not on Facebook too. And so I send them all of the um, resources that we share in the group and comments that people are making or tips that people have given to help maybe, or just little funny anecdotes. And so I share them every day with people by email if they choose not to be on Facebook or not to be in the Facebook group. So you don't necessarily have to be on Facebook to join the challenge.
Nice, yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
And
there's a go on.
no, go on.
I've been taking part in the Positive Club up in Dublin. Positive Life magazine have this Positive Club where they have this club is where you pay a certain amount every month and you have access to webinars or um, talks or evenings of connection where they do different things or classes. And for example, I'm doing the Sunday morning yoga class, and
Mhm.
it's very, very sweet. It was very lovely. It was very interesting creating a practice for a new audience, and
Mhm.
really like trying to find out, what would these people like, and and the Positive Club seems like a very vibrant, very yeah, it seems like a really cool thing actually. To find out about it, you can go
Mhm.
to the Positive Life page, and they have information there about it.
Great. And you've also been writing L and R on your left and right arms and
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. So I'm very dyslexic. You guys know this, who are in my classes. I have this right or low right, and so I'm very confused in my spatial zoning of left and right. There's kind of this interesting blur in my nervous system around lefts and rights. And one of my students who does the morning yoga, she texted to say, why don't you try just putting an L or an or on your hands and on your feet and see how that helps. And the kinesthetic writing of it, it'll do something to your brain. And I was like, it seems so simple. And people have said this to me in the past, and I've resisted it, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because I thought it was just so silly. But this person I really value, so I said, okay, I'm going to try it. And also, I think I'm more open to feedback and change now. So I wrote a little L, on my hand. Where's my hand? Oh, there it is. I wrote a little L on my hand and a little or on this hand. And then the next day, what was amazing was that, I did it again, and then I did it again. And after around 3 days, I could feel that my brain could map spatially the side of my body that was L, that I could see the L and I could feel the L and I could tell the L. And I then forgot to do it for a little while, and it just reversed to how it was before. But writing the L, it was that very, learned skills. We can, if you find that we can alter and change the weird, quirky, and I've become really interested in what other things could I learn that would support my neuroplasticity and my learning in my brain. Because the more you train your brain to learn new things, actually, the healthier your brain is. It was built to grow, which is really amazing. So yeah, I was very, very excited. It was very nourishing on some level to my nervous system.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
And did you notice a difference? Did you notice a difference in my lefts and rights in class?
Yes. Yes, I did. But I have to say, I hesitate over left and right too. So
okay,
and
maybe you should write it on your hands as well.
Maybe I should. Yeah. I do. I often have to go.
Yeah. I just want to show you something. So I'm sitting upstairs in my office, and you'll see just here above me the roof. And so if you want to see if I can do this, yes, I can. So my yoga studio. Where is my yoga studio? It's just there. That's where I teach my yoga in the morning. And so that's the beautiful artwork by Kike, the Argentinian tango teacher that I was teaching with. And then that's a beautiful piece of art by Cormac, a dear friend of ours. And there's my yoga mat. So I'm in the mezzanine just above the yoga studio, and this is my office. And yeah, I love it up here. I have this amazing view out over the garden and down into the studio and the kitchen, and yet I'm separate and kind of tucked up into the roof. It's very nice up here.
Very nice.
What else are we doing in NADUIR? Oh, yeah, Grow starting. Zooms are all back again next week. Yeah, clinics are on. There's a few clinics coming and going. The garden is really starting to ramp up. Like all those plants that we were planting last week and the week before and the last month are now ready to go out into the greenhouses. And so I'm going to have to start weeding. There's a certain time of the year where the pressure of the garden starts to really push upon me, and I start making more and more time for the garden. And I think it's that relentlessness that I really enjoy about the garden, that it pushes me back out into it. Whereas right now I'm like, oh, garden, oh, I have no time, I'm so busy. And then as soon as I'm out there, it's like that phrase years ago I heard, walk until you want to walk. And so it's like I have to overcome something. Oh, I don't like gardening. That's my feeling right now. And then suddenly after a few days of gardening, so after a few, I'm going to go out. Suddenly I'm like, oh, I love this. Like, what was I thinking when I was thinking that other thing, And so, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. The way the garden pushes me back out into it, and I relearn how much I love it. So yeah.
That's great.
And the sea is wild and amazing at the moment. On Sunday, it was like being in an adventure theme park wave pool, but even bigger. It was wild. And we could stay at our waist. And as soon as we went up as far as our chest, we were actually being pulled out into the sea by this incredible drag.
Wow.
We had to keep diving under the waves. And so we were in for around 15 minutes on Sunday. And that was it was amazing. It was like real, like, full on, like storm. The tide was high. The full moon was on. And then the last 2 days have been a bit quieter, but still waves and diving. But Sunday was glorious. I came back and I was like high from the sea. It was amazing. So nice. And you, Sinead, what are you guys
Great.
doing there in spring, or what's the weather like? You were saying a few times that
Spring
there's
has
terrible
definitely
pollen.
sprung.
You were saying there's really
Terrible
bad
pollen.
pollen.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yep. So I'm really struggling this year. So eating lots of local honey, get my pollen up, and yeah, just struggling on through it. It'll pass. There's certain plants that flower at the moment, and they're just not plants that we grew up with, and so therefore we're super allergic to them. And so, but yeah, I spent Sunday in the garden, and so I planted all my lettuce out, and I planted spinach and strawberries, and I moved some flowers around, and it was really nice. And I built a kind of a polytunnel for my lettuce. So, so yeah,
Nice.
it's good.
And that place where Mom's flowers were, have you moved them underneath the plum tree or
No,
the lemon?
I think they need moving.
Okay, yeah. And so where have you put your vegetable garden?
So,
Where have you put the
yeah.
vegetable garden? Oh, they're all
It's
in pots.
on the terrace actually. I got
Yeah,
these boxes. Exactly. So
yeah.
yeah, they're like wooden frame boxes with kind of a hammock in them. So so yeah, they work quite well.
Nice. Okay,
And so that
lovely.
means they're easy, but they have to be covered because lots of our neighbors have cats, and so the cats come in and they like to dig in the nice fresh soil. So
Yeah. You could also put netting
but
around
that's
them, like
okay.
little sticks with netting, like wire netting around them, and the cats won't be able
Yes.
to get into them
Yep.
then. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
you couldn't
but for
get your
now
veg.
it's still a little bit cold at night, so
Okay.
I have them covered with plastic. But yes, I will definitely put some sort of netting up
Nice. Yeah.
once it's warm enough to have the plastic off. But yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
that's the
Yeah.
it is what it is. That's nature for you.
Yeah. Exactly. So Krishna, that's really cool. I just love chatting with you. It's just such a joy.
I love chatting with you. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
So I
It's
will see
nice
you
to
later
catch
on.
up.
We're going to be working away in our office today, planning
Yes.
and arranging. And I've gotten loads of feedback this time for Grow about toes and feet. So we're going to be doing some toesy feety things, which is really exciting. So this morning I
Great.
was being quite fun with my feet. So brace yourself. It's all about feet.
Yes. Great.
Um, so nice, guys. It's just such a joy and such a pleasure to be
It
here.
is.
And I will see you all on Thursday morning for Grow, and I will see the rest of you next week for Zooms. And just in general, the comments and the feedback and the just the joy of this community is really resource and very just has so much delight in it and humor. Like it's so funny, the comments and the
Yeah.
suggestions and the gifts and it's just like I love the humor. It's really sweet. Um, so nice, guys. Be well and
Great.
ciao for now. Bye.
Great.